Welcome back to another video. So I'm talking in this one about mortgages, why you shouldn't be using mortgages to finance your flip project. So if, like me, you're buying property, doing it up, selling it on to make a profit, that is very much a short-term transaction. And mortgages are associated with long-term finance. So the lender's business model is long-term finance. So they don't want you to be paying it off over the short term. So when you're funding a flip, and you're repaying that mortgage, the lender might think, well, actually, all you're going to do is repay that next mortgage off quickly, and that's going to potentially be a problem for you when you look to actually keep a property, like a buy-to-let investment. You want a mortgage on it in the future. They might just say, well, no, you're just going to sell this one as well. So therefore, they decline your mortgage, and that can be a problem for you if you're looking to hold properties for the long term. Also, it could cost you a mortgage on your own home. So if you're applying for a mortgage, but you've done a whole bunch of flips on mortgages, they might think, no, thank you, you're just going to sell this one as well. So it can be a real problem for you in the future, and it's not worth the risk. So instead, if you're looking to finance that next flip project, there are better ways to do it. So for me, the biggest way that I've found, the biggest source of finance I've used to fund my property flip projects has been private finance. So private finance, quite simply, is just money from individuals, people who have cash available that would be interested in investing in you and your next deal for a return on their money. So quite simply, it's a win-win scenario if you can offer a higher rate of interest than what they're currently getting in the bank, and you can therefore fund that deal that you wouldn't otherwise be able to fund with your own cash. So that's a win-win scenario. And if you're watching this channel and you have been for long, you'll know how important it is to be looking for a property deal, a property refurbishment project deal where you can make roundabout minimum 20% return on investment for a reason, because then you can pay for finance, you can pay for private finance interest and still make a generous profit for yourself. So that's why I look for 20% as a minimum, preferably more. So you've got a nice cushion there to make some profit on your flip and pay your investors generously at the same time. So private finance is certainly the biggest way I've used, or the biggest source of finance I've used to fund my property deals. I recommend that's something that you look into as well. And aside from that, you've also got bridging finance. Bridging finance is traditionally associated with short-term lending. So bridging lenders are more than comfortable with the idea of you doing a flip. That's a great exit for them because they know the loan will be paid off in full at the point that you sell that property. So bridging finance is more appropriate if you're buying properties, doing them up, selling them on, and flipping them over the short term. So bridging finance is another great solution. Usually you'll have to put down a deposit as well for that bridging loan. So not every bridging lender is going to lend 100% of the value of the property. So in some cases, if you've got other assets and things like that, you might be able to get more than the traditional amount that you could typically get when you fund a property. So you might have to put down, or might not have to put down as much money as a deposit if you have other assets and things like that. But generally speaking, you're going to have to put down some cash for a bridging finance loan, like you would a mortgage when you're buying a property. It's more expensive than mortgages as well, but it is designed for short-term transactions. So lenders are happy with that, and therefore it's the right way to borrow cash if you're looking at doing flips. So bridging finance is something which is traditionally associated with buying at auction, where you had to complete quickly. So bridging lenders are set up to be able to complete quickly, whereas mortgage lenders can take a little bit longer. So if you're buying a property at auction and you have to complete in 28 days, that's where bridging finance can really come in. Also, bridging lenders can be a little bit more open, usually a little bit more flexible on the condition of the property that they're lending on. So mortgage lenders might decline mortgages if the property needs too much work, if there's structural problems, if there's something going on like that could be an issue, whereas bridging lenders are absolutely set up to lend over the short term on properties that are falling to bits in some cases. So they're a little bit more flexible, so you can get the bridging loan, do the property up. Once it's finished, you can sell that, repay the loan upon sale, or if you're looking to keep the property, you can then apply for a mortgage once the works are finished. But in any case, when you're doing a buy to sell project, when you're doing that next flip project, you need to use the appropriate form of finance so it doesn't come back to create a problem for you in the future. So that means private finance, bridging finance, your own savings, combination of those in order to fund that next deal properly. So hopefully this video has been useful in some way. If so, go ahead like it, share it, subscribe to this channel, and thanks for watching.